So, hi children, I'm happy to meet you all in the grammar session. So, children, let's see pronouns and their types today. So, take page number 18 in your grammar textbook. Very good. So, as every word in grammar has a purpose, okay, the purpose of a pronoun is to take the place of a noun. The purpose of a pronoun is to take the place of a noun. So, what's pronoun, children? Very good. Pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. Pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. Okay, now see the example 1, children. Look at the example 1. Reena works in a factory. Reena goes there daily. Reena is always cheerful. Everyone likes Reena. So here, the noun Reena is often repeated in all the sentences throughout the paragraph. Whereas in example 2, can you see? Reena works in a factory. She goes there daily. She is always cheerful. Everyone likes her. Over here, Reena is used only once in the beginning. And then they replaced Reena with she and her. Hope you are clear. Children, there are 3 types of pronouns based on where or how they are used in a sentence, children. So, first one we are going to see nominative or subjective case, okay, which is nothing but it's all about subject pronouns, okay. Subject pronouns means which are used as the subject of a sentence. That means which is used in the beginning of a sentence and it always comes before the verb. It is the doer of the action, okay. So this is what subjective or nominative case. Now look at the example. She went to the museum. Okay. So over here, who is doing the action? She. Okay. She went to the museum. Yes. So she is the subject. Yes. So she is the subject and that is the subject pronoun. Okay. Now see the second example. We won the baseball tournament. Okay. So who won the baseball tournament? We. So we is the doer of the action. Yes. So under subjective case, that is nominative or subjective case, we have both singular pronoun and plural pronoun words. Now look at the singular pronoun words. What and all we will use for singular pronoun words? You see, I, you, she, he, it. And what and all we use for the plural subjective case? We, you, they. Okay. So look at the first person. For first person we will use I. For first person we will use I for singular when we talk about first person. First person means what? The person who is speaking. Okay. Second person, the person who is speaking to. Third person, the person who is speaking about. Okay. So here for the first person singular under subjective case I. Okay. Then for the first person plural under subjective case we. Second person singular under subjective case you. The same you only we are using it for the second person plural also under subjective case. Okay. So we all know that pronoun you will be used for both singular and plural. Okay. Third person under singular she, he, it. Okay. So third person singular under subjective cases he, she, it. Then third person plural pronoun under subjective cases they. Hope you are clear with this, children. Okay. Children, let's see about the objective case, that is object pronoun. Object pronouns are nothing but which comes after the verb in a sentence and which is the receiver of the action. Now let us see about the object pronoun words that we are going to use under singular pronoun and that we are going to use under plural pronoun. So first person singular under object pronoun me. First person plural under object pronoun us. Second person singular under object pronoun you. Second person plural under object pronoun you. Third person singular under object pronoun her, him, it. Third person plural under object pronoun them. Now look at the example. Reema called me for the school play. Okay. Reema called me for the school play and he took them home. He took them home. Can you see in both the sentences the object pronoun me and them appears after the action word called and took. Hope you are clear. Yes. So children, let's see about the third case of pronoun, that is possessive case pronouns, which are easy to identify in a sentence because they show ownership. Okay children, so look at the example. This bag is mine. Okay, so this bag is mine. From this we can understand that bag belongs to me. The yellow car is theirs, which shows the ownership of the yellow car. Okay. Yes children, hope you are clear with the possessive case pronoun. Now let us enter into the types of pronouns. So children, I think it's essential that we want to know noun pronoun agreement before entering into the types of pronoun. So antecedents. Antecedents are the nouns. Antecedents are the nouns. The pronoun stands for. Now look at the example. Raman is going to buy a hamburger. He is searching for a shop. Here Raman is the antecedent, which means what? Raman is the noun and he is the pronoun. So the pronoun must agree in number and gender with the noun it refers to. Okay children, the pronoun must agree in number, that is singular or plural, and gender, that is masculine, feminine or neuter, with the noun it refers to. That is, to be more clear, listen carefully. If there is a singular noun in a sentence, then the pronoun also should be in singular. If the noun is in plural, then the pronoun should be in plural. If the noun is a masculine gender, then we have to use the masculine pronoun. If the feminine noun is used in a sentence, then pronoun also should be in feminine. Okay children, when we are talking about the neuter noun, then the pronoun also should be in neuter. Hope you are clear. Shall we pass on to the types of pronoun? Yes. So children, personal pronoun is a first type of pronoun. Personal pronoun is a word that takes the place of a person, place, animal and thing. Moreover, personal pronouns are made up of different pronouns which play different roles in a sentence. That is, singular subject pronouns like I, you, she, he, it play singular subject roles in sentence. Plural subject pronouns like we, you, they play plural subject roles in sentence. Similarly, singular object pronouns, okay, singular object pronouns like me, you, her, him, it play singular object roles in sentence. Plural object pronouns like us, you, them play plural object roles in sentence. Clear children? Yes. Now look at the example. Can you see there? Seema, there is a conversation. Okay, we are going to see the personal pronoun example through a small conversation. So there is a conversation between Seema and Latika. Seema, I like Neha. She is an intelligent girl. Do you like her too? So Latika is replying for that to Seema. Yes, she is very sweet. Look at the pronouns in blue in the sentence children. I is the person speaking. Okay, and it is the first person. You is the person spoken to and it is the second person. She and her are used for the person spoken about. Okay, that is Neha. They are talking about Neha. Seema and Latika are talking about Neha and it is the third person. Hope you are clear with personal pronoun. So here in this personal pronoun example, they have used subject pronouns like I, she, you and object pronoun like her. Children, now let's see the exercise under personal pronoun. Look at page number 19. Fill in the blanks with personal pronouns. One has been done for you. Ramesh went to his grandmother's house, but Dash was not at home. She was not at home. Here, who is the she? Grandmother. Now look at page number 20. Second one. The lady gave food to the needy man. The lady gave food to the needy man. But dash did not thank dash. Very good. But he did not thank her. Very good, children. So similarly, you have to do the rest on your own. So children, demonstrative pronouns are used to identify nouns and answer the question which one, using the demonstrative pronoun words like this, that, these, those. Okay, look at the example. These are the books that John was talking about. Okay, which are the books that John was talking about? Here the word these is used to identify the noun books. Okay, so these are the books that John was talking about. Next, second example, this is Mano speaking. Who is speaking? This is Mano speaking. Okay, is that Saran? Okay, so over here the demonstrative pronoun words these, this, that are used to identify nouns and answer the question which one. Hope you're clear. Children, let's see about the demonstrative pronoun words. This and these refers to nouns that are nearby. That and those refers to nouns that are far. So anything when we talk about one single person, okay, or animal or thing, okay, and if it is near, we have to use the demonstrative pronoun this. When we are talking about more than one person, animal or thing, and if it is near, okay, then we have to use the demonstrative pronoun these. When we are talking about one single person, animal or thing, okay, and if it is far, okay, then we have to use the demonstrative pronoun that. When we are talking about more than one person, animal or thing, and if it is far, then we have to use demonstrative pronoun those. Hope you are clear, children. Children, you need to know what is demonstrative pronouns and demonstrative adjectives. Okay, it is not much difficult at all. Listen carefully. This, that, these, and those can function as demonstrative pronouns as well as demonstrative adjectives, which means this, that, these, those can function in both the ways. Okay, that is demonstrative pronouns and demonstrative adjective. What is demonstrative pronouns? Demonstrative pronouns replace nouns. See the example. This is a giraffe. Those are rotten apples. Okay, see the next one. Demonstrative adjectives are used before nouns. So demonstrative adjective are used before noun. Look at the example. This giraffe looks weak. Giraffe is a noun, and before the noun they have used the demonstrative adjective this. Those apples are rotten. Apples are noun. So before the word apples they have used the demonstrative adjective those. Children, how you will identify the demonstrative adjective, ma? Very good. When the demonstrative pronoun is used before the noun, then it is said to be demonstrative adjective. Okay, now let us see the exercise, okay, which is given in page number 21. Okay, ma? So it's an exercise based upon demonstrative pronouns or demonstrative adjectives. Okay, so fill in the blanks with demonstrative pronouns or demonstrative adjectives. The first one has been done for you. That is my house there. But this one here is Shobha's. So here they have used the demonstrative pronoun that in order to point out the house which is far, and the demonstrative pronoun this in order to point out the house which is near. See the second one. Dash tree has green leaves. Can you see the picture over there? The boy is pointing out. Yes. Where is the tree? Why he is pointing out? When we will point out and talk, when something is far, we used to point out and talk. So, through the picture, we can understand that tree is far. So, what demonstrative pronoun we have to use here? Yes, that tree has green leaves. Why we have to use that? Only because of far? No. We are talking about one single tree which is far. That is why we are using that. So children, interrogative pronoun we will use to ask question. Okay, so what are the interrogative pronoun words? What, which, who, whom and whose. Among this we will use what to ask about thing, which we will use to ask about person or thing, who, whom and whose we will use to ask about person. Okay, so look at the example. What is this? Which is heavier? Who knocked the door? Whom did you give the bag to? Whose did he borrow? So next we are going to see how to identify interrogative pronoun and interrogative adjective. So among the interrogative pronoun words like what, which, who, whom and whose, okay, which, what and whose, which, what and whose, these WH words alone can function as both interrogative pronouns as well as interrogative adjectives. So interrogative pronouns replace nouns. Okay, which is your car? Look at the example. Which is your car? What are you reading? Whose are these? So, how you will identify interrogative adjective? Whenever the interrogative pronoun which, what, whose are used before the noun, then it is said to be interrogative adjective. Look at the example. Which car is yours? What book are you reading? Whose pens are these? Clear? Children, look at the exercise under interrogative pronoun which is given in page number 22. So fill in the blanks with interrogative pronouns. One has been done for you. Look at the first one which is already done. Dash is the elder of the two boys. Okay. Who is the elder of the two boys? Why we have used who here? Because we are asking about the person. Okay. Dash is better book to read. Dash is better book to read. So what interrogative pronoun we have to use here? Very good. Which is the better book to read? Which is the better book to read? Okay, children. So similarly, you have to do the rest on your own. Now, shall we pass on to the next type of pronoun? Possessive pronoun. So possessive pronoun always refers to the specific noun and it shows ownership which stands alone and do not modify the noun. They won't make any changes in noun in a sentence, but they always stand alone. Okay, in order to show the ownership. Okay, and it replaces possessive nouns and it replaces possessive nouns. Okay, children. Now, under possessive pronouns, yes, they have divided the possessive pronouns, the words that can be used under singular and the possessive pronouns that can be used under plural. Okay, children. Yes. Now, look at there. What are the possessive pronouns when we talk about singular noun? What are the possessive pronouns that we want to use? Mine, yours, hers, his, its. When we talk about plural noun, what are the possessive pronouns that we want to replace? Ours, yours, theirs. Hope you're clear. So children, possessive pronouns. So possessive pronouns, they always stand alone without making any changes to nouns. Now look at the example. This book is mine. This car is yours and that car is his. These bags are ours and those are theirs. In each sentence, they didn't make any change to the noun, but they stood alone. Okay, look at the possessive pronoun words which are the possessive pronoun words. They stood alone. Mine, yours, his, ours, theirs. Okay, so possessive adjectives. When we will say possessive adjective, whenever the possessive pronoun is used before the noun, then it is considered as possessive adjective. Okay, children. Now look at the example. This is my book. This is my book. Over here, the possessive pronoun my is used before the noun book. Similarly, you see the other examples. This is your car and that is his car. These are our bats and those are their rackets. Okay, children. Hope you are clear with possessive pronoun and possessive adjective. Possessive pronoun will always stand alone where they do not make any change, okay, in the noun. Whereas possessive adjectives means what? Whenever the possessive pronoun is used before the noun, it is said to be the possessive adjective. Hope you're clear. Children, you have to complete the exercise which is given in page number 23, that is possessive pronoun. Okay, fill in the blanks with possessive pronouns. The first one has been done for you. This red dress is mine and that blue one is yours. Look at the second one. You have to answer me. He forgot that the coat was dash. Very good. He forgot that the coat was his. Similarly, you have to do the rest on your own. Now, shall we pass on to the next type of pronoun? Children, reflexive pronoun ends with self or selves. Reflexive pronoun, when it will appear, means it will appear when the doer of the action and the receiver of the action are same. Okay, children, which means the subject and the object are same, then reflexive pronouns are used. And these are very important to the meaning of a sentence, children, and it acts as the object of a sentence, which means it plays the object role in a sentence that shows the receiver of the action. Okay, children, so it shows the receiver of an action. Which shows the receiver of an action? Reflexive pronoun. A reflexive pronoun will always comes after the verb or a preposition in a sentence, children. When we take up emphasizing pronouns, these emphasizing pronouns are not important to the meaning of a sentence. Okay, are not important to the meaning of a sentence. Even if you remove emphasizing pronouns from the sentence, there won't be much change in the meaning. This emphasizing pronouns, they play a subject role. They play a subject role. They play a subject role means they are the part of the subject. Okay, they play a part of the subject role in a sentence, and they always appear before the verb. And emphasizing pronouns also end with self or selves. Now look at the examples of reflexive pronouns and emphasizing pronouns which is given simultaneously. Now, I completed the project myself. So over here I told you already, reflexive pronoun will always come after the verb. Completed is a verb. Myself is a reflexive pronoun which appears after the verb. Now look at the example of emphasizing pronoun. I myself, okay, completed the project. If I remove myself, there won't be much change in the meaning. I completed the project, that's all. Okay, children. So moreover, emphasizing pronoun will come before the verb. Hope you are clear with reflexive pronoun and emphasizing pronoun. Both reflexive pronoun and emphasizing pronoun end with self or selves. So children, what are the reflexive and emphasizing pronouns that we use when we talk about singular and plural noun? So when we talk about singular noun, the reflexive and emphasizing pronouns that we use: myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself. So whenever we talk about plural noun, okay, the reflexive and emphasizing pronouns that we use are ourselves, yourselves, themselves. Hope you're clear with this. Children, look at the exercise which is given in page number 24. Under reflexive pronoun, fill in the blanks with reflexive pronouns. One has been done for you. We enjoyed ourselves at the party. Over here, the personal pronoun we, actually it is plural. Yes, we have used personal pronoun we in order to replace the plural noun. So from this we can understand that it is a plural noun. We enjoyed dash at the party. We enjoyed ourselves. Okay, next, you should blame dash for this mess. Over here, you is a singular pronoun, okay, which is used to replace the singular noun. So we have to use the reflexive pronoun yourself. You should blame yourself for this mess. Hope you are clear, children. Yes. Now see the third one. Atul hurt dash while playing. Atul. Here we are talking about one single boy, Atul. Okay. So when the singular noun is there, okay, what singular reflexive pronoun we have to use here? Atul hurt himself while playing. Similarly, you have to do the rest on your own, children. The children, take page number 25. Look at the exercise which is given under the emphasizing pronoun. Fill in the blanks with empathetic pronoun. One has been done for you. See the first one. He himself took the injured dog to a veterinarian. Okay, children. See the second one. The girl dash climbed the tree and plucked the mangoes. The girl, singular noun. So what pronoun you have to use here? What emphasizing pronoun? Singular pronoun. What is that? The girl herself. Very good. The girl herself climbed the tree and plucked the mangoes. Similarly, you have to do the rest on your own. Thank you, children.